Right, should I give one of things that I don't like a shadow that it really affects me.
Yeah, tell me. Go.
So I kind of did it like this, as like problem and like solution, because I'm very much like
Okay.
problem solution. So
Yeah,
like
let's
my
do that.
problem with these kind of people is users / social climbers / disingenuous people. So that kind of falls in with like I feel like I've picked up on that, and that's why I really don't like that, especially now in like the work that I do with the page and the podcast, and then but I think it factors into everything I think sort of in life, be
It's
it
so cringy.
yeah, I just don't fuck with it. I just don't. You know, I'm especially like I'm going to talk about it from the angle of like the page and the podcast. Like I started my page and my podcast to help people. That is point blank. Also, and of course, along the way, I love to help other people that have the same mission as me as well. Be it a podcast, be it a page, be it anything that they want to do for the grief community and like enhancing it and raising awareness. Like, if you want my help, I will do it. I'll gladly do it if I can have the time. Whatever, I will do that for you. But don't use and abuse me.
Don't use and abuse me.
Don't use and abuse me. Don't use and abuse me. And
don't take advantage of my kindness.
Yeah, and I hate it that sometimes if I have like a bad experience of something, like where someone has just used and abused, it will then make me like recoil and not actually want to help other people, because I'll be like, no, because you know what? People just taking from me, and I'm not doing this to take to give, but I'm just like, if you're just taking from me, like it's just not nice.
Out.
It's just not nice.
It's not nice, but it's disrespectful when you feel burnt out, because it's like if I'm only taking from, if I'm constantly giving, right, but no one's actually compensating me by providing me with something that also like helps with the cycle of things, I'm going to feel like I'm lacking, and it's not fair for me to be like that, because it's like it's all about balance, you know. Everybody deserves balance. Everybody deserves like, I don't know, just a flow of things.
It's just nice. I just don't know. It's just never really sat right with me. Like, just there's times where if I've like worked with certain people and they've just like gotten what they've wanted from me and then just never heard a word since, and it's like and then I think again that boils down to like my own expectations of people, because like anybody who like I work with, or like every one of my guests I'm still in contact with. Like they did such it. Like yesterday I went on a walk and I bumped into my first ever guest. And she's like, Amber, and I was like, oh my god,
that's so lovely.
And we had a bit of a hug and whatever distance, whatever, but I haven't seen her in like a year. She had a massive hug, and I
mean, just think about it. It's like your baby, your podcast, right? She's literally like she's also like a memory of an event that was like the start of something new. She's a very pinnacle part of
Grief Gang. And I saw so significant. And I was with Joe and friend, and I just get saying names. And I was like, oh my, Joe knew who she was, but I was like, oh my god, this is my first ever guest of Grief Gang. I was like, I owe fucking so much. I was like, I owe so much to her. And just things like that. I've just always made a conscious just to always keep in contact with the people that have always done something good for me. And just and that's not to just be like, I'm just keeping up appearances. Like, I genuinely have loyalty to them and genuine. It's like, I'm thankful for them.
I get that.
So then when I come across people that just go, I'll take that from you, and you'll never hear from me again, I'm just a bit like okay,
shady McShady.
Yeah, I get whatever, but I just don't like it. So users and social climbers and stuff like that, I just don't fuck with.
Can I one thing I say though as well? Do you think like, I don't know, being like, I always say, even though I grew up in Windsor, it doesn't mean that I had Windsor money, and I think because of seeing how people like would spend, or not be grateful for the things that they had, or then judge other people who didn't have certain things quite loudly and quite visibly. It's always just made me cringe me out from a really young age. Like, don't be rude to me. No, don't be rude to someone just because they have less of a thing than you. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So when you talk about sort of this social climber thing, I always remember being at this party. Oh my God, look at us. I'm nearly about to drop all these names because all these people act like a phone call.
I know,
do you know what I mean? Like, I remember we were at this party. We were like 17, 16 or something young. Do you know what I mean? Fucking young.
Or mouth it to me.
Wait, shout.
Oh,
yeah. You know how they used to happen. They were fun. Oh, I hope she's well.
She's good. I can clarify. She's good. She's good. Yeah.
But
saw her a couple of weeks ago.
Time, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, there was this one time. There was this one party that they had, and I remember there was these boys there that they were like from the outside of Windsor, but still like a posh area, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, they were like, I remember overhearing one of them being like, oh my goodness, like all of the stuff that I'm wearing is more than like this person's outfit, or like more than like, it's just something like really vile and really like entitled, and oh my God, like that person doesn't have this. And I was repulsed. Like, I was disgusted at the fact that like people were like that, but because people were like that since I was a child, I thought people grew out of it. But no, it's not the case. Like, people do it with podcasting,
it's
people do it with creative projects,
now.
People do it with so many different things. And like, I was just like, raw, social climbing or social status, all of that, like, weird bullshit is still apparent. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Even like, I think like that was very normal back in our like younger years of just mixing with
so
those
cringy,
and especially
like,
being raised in Windsor, it was like fucking hell. But as you say, like it still goes on into our adult life and people. And I'm quite happy to say that I think in both of our personal circles that we don't have people like that in our circles. We just don't fuck with that. But of course you do every now.
Like, bad energy, stay far away.
Make us stay far away. Just give me love for the night. No, breakfast in bed on the plate. I can never complain. I swear we sang this in the last episode. I just had a deja vu.
Why are we always talking
about bad energy?
You're always talking about bad energy. Are we just the bad energy?
Shit.
Are we the bad vibes?
What a paradox. Oh my God, that'd be a right paradox.
Dun, dun, dun.
But like a couple of weeks ago, I was in a certain situation in a certain room with some people, and I'll never forget this person. They turned around, they were talking about another person, and she was like, I'm not even being fucking funny, but she wouldn't even be able to get into the lobby of my apartment block. And I was like, I didn't know her from Adam. So I was just like, Abba, drink the wine and go.
Do you know what I mean? Like, mind your business.
But I just again, mind your business. And it made me laugh. Then later on into the evening, found out she was unemployed and made redundant. So it was like, and she was saying like we're struggling for bills. So I was like this whole like stunting like generation when actually it's actually burning a hole in your pocket. So
oh my God, yeah, exactly.
You're stunting in front of the audience. Like when we were previous, blah blah blah. She wouldn't even be able to get into the concierge of my apartment block
lobby,
and then
lo
and behold, about 6-7 years later, she's divulging into how this is burning a hole into her pockets. It was like, fuck me, oh my God, the things people would do for stunting.
Do you think that's karma? But do you think that's karma coming back to you?
I mean, a bitch doesn't like to suspect, but
like, I'm not trying to insinuate things, and I'm not trying to match it out there, but like, I just think when people chat No, but karma's a bitch when you are. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Karma's a bitch when you are. And if you're like, oh yeah, I've got this clout, I've got this, but you actually don't, when the roles are reversed, it's going to hit you with that same clout.
Do you know what
so
I
like,
mean?
let's say she's talking about how she doesn't have money now. No, she says
Like
she has all this
struggling.
money. She says she has this all money. So now when the karma comes back, all the money times 2 is going to be taken away.
gone.
A lot of the money in the house taken away.
Yeah.
It could apply to, comply to dating. Like, just imagine if you're like getting with everyone, you're like hurting, you're sort of like breaking loads of people's hearts on the way of your journey, whatever. And then now when you find someone and then they cheat on you, it's like, I don't want to say it's like, oh, that's the way that life is, but like there's a weird uncertainty that like that provides you with learning a lesson in a very like, oh, do you know what? Oh, bruv.
Should
wait,
I give my?
saw
I'll give
something.
my.
Let me see if I get it up.
I'll give while you look for that. I'll give like what my solution was like for how I.
Oh yes, please.
Handle or whatever. I just put realize that these people never prevail and always reveal their truest self. No matter how much they take from you or others around, they never really win. Focus on you and your own goal.
Ooh. Hit me with that rhythm stick.
Hit me with your rhythm stick.
Ooh, honestly, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's Sarah, don't worry, it's cute. We run with it. No, I like that because it's very, like you said, we want solutions. Not problems.
Because we don't just want to be just obviously these things infuriate us, but there's no point just stewing in anger and nothing. And
it needs to be decoded.
Yeah, it needs to be decoded and find what works for you and just solution, like problem solve solution. I've got one more. I don't know. I think I couldn't think of another one, but yeah.
Show me. Give me your one more, and then I want to show you something, and then I think we're gonna start wrapping up.
Okay. So no, do you want to do your thing? Do your thing first, and then we'll go into it.
Nah, I want you to do yours first.
Okay. This is my last one. I didn't know. It's just like it does bug me. It's not like a.
Yeah.
People who don't include.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's always been a thing of mine. Whether it be like, if like personally not included, or even seeing other people not being included in rooms that they should be included in. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so like, and that's just like, because for me, I'm a very inclusive person. I would never want any of my friends to ever feel like they were left out of something, be it just anything. And then myself, like I kind of feel like I'm not saying I want to invite to everything or nothing like that, but just it's just not a nice feeling. And when I mean, I'm included all the time now because my friends fucking love me.
Ow.
Ow. But like when I see people in my friends or in my life or even just general, I just think it's just really not nice. And I just think, what's the need for it? So my solution was just make a conscious effort in my life to include all those who I love and respect in everything I do, be it professionally or personally. I'm not winning unless the whole team's winning.
No, that's really nice. And I think I like that you said that because it actually sort of dragged me for a little bit, because even though like I love my team, my family, my friends, they're sick, I like get so into my own head that I don't actually like, I let them know that they're sick, but only sometimes when things have happened or I haven't spoken to them for a while, or like, let's say like, oh, they're really, really sad, and then I talk to them like, no, let me talk to you every 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Let me talk to you, obviously when I can, but let me just make you aware and be present that my love for you is consistent. I might not be, because I might be in my head, but honey, let me take myself out of my head. Let me show you this love.
Yeah, and it's just being inclusive, and I don't know if that comes from the experience and the loss of my mum and stuff like that, and just being like, oh, just let everybody in your life who you love and respect, just like let them know that you do so, and just make time for these people and stuff. So like, even with like grief gang, like I'll go off grid sort of like for the weekend, because like I just want to spend it like with my friends and my family and just really unwind and just spend time with them. And then like during the week I'm like, no, like the weekdays is like my time to include people in the community, on the online grief community, and like I love to like collab with people or share work and just talk to them, just talk to the people of the community, and just hear their stories, and just I love to just include. And like it's one thing that I've been really, really heavy on, I think, going forward with the podcast, is finding ways to include the larger community that follow me to share their stories. So like having segments on the podcast where like people can write in, and so like for example, I've got I'm going to record like I put out like a call out onto the page, just like, tell me what your relationship is like with like religion now, like after your loss and faith, just like put it out there. And like the feedback's been fantastic. So like I'll talk about my own experience, and then I'll share like a bunch of people's, just because it's inclusive. It's inclusive.
Amazing. No, but that's the thing, and you learn so much as well, like especially with the intersection with religion and grief. I'm really interested to listen to that episode.
I can't wait. Like there's been some really, really interesting from both angles, from being like, had a faith, fucked it off, had a faith, fucked it off, complicated like me, like mine's a bit complicated too. Some people turned to it and found it. Some are going to like spirituality, into the universe, or some did have a religion and then they went to spirituality and like the universe. It's just so many. I was like, oh my god,
it's interconnected. So that's really interesting. Oh, amazing. I posted something on Instagram, you replied to it, but I thought I'd get it, some quality content for you. So basically I reshared this on my close friends, then reshared it on socials, just because I wanted to hear responses, and heard like loads of people's responses.
I think I remember this.
Anyway, and this is not gender specific. It says, a woman who found peace instead of revenge will never be bothered. How do you feel about that?
Say it again. I replied to it, didn't I? But I can't remember what I replied.
You did, but I'm asking you again.
Say it again.
I think it's kind of related to like, a woman who found peace instead of revenge will never be bothered.
Yeah, because she knows her source. I feel like... Say it again one more time. Hit it with him.
A woman who found peace instead of revenge will never be bothered.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do believe that. Yeah, I kind of feel like... And it comes from a place of someone who, like, sometimes, revenge does seem sweeter. Like, revenge really does seem sweeter sometimes. And I feel like, just with Grief Gang and all that, I feel like going down the other route of being like, nah, babe, just be cool with it. That's peace, whatever. Just don't even rise to it. Has done so much better for me. Like I've seen people like completely try and replicate what I'm doing or my ideas and everything like that. And it is like, I'd love to just fucking out you or whatever, or get my revenge in some way, shape or form, But it's just like, again, fake and disingenuous people, they never prevail. They don't.
The thing is, they will hiccup on their calculation. It's like the calculation is a mountain. It's an obstacle that they put in self for them. Because you could have told the truth,
you could have told the truth and
this is a great visual. You could have chose the truth, right? But you decided to go on this obstacle. Guess what? You're gonna have a bigger one, and you're gonna fall over it.
Yeah. Well, it's continue with your own lie, continue with your own horrible self. Like, then how? The more horrible and disingenuous and fake you get, the more harder it's to come back from that, and try and wipe the slate clean. But I think there's definitely more power in finding. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking hard sometimes. I think to take the higher ground. It is hard to take the higher ground. And don't get me wrong, I'm not always a believer in taking the higher ground. Some people,
it depends on context. Like, this is just a broad statement that I saw on Insta.
Don't get me wrong, some people need their ass handed to them sometimes, and need a good schooling, but then it's, you really, for me, I just sort of weigh it up and I just think, is that really going to affect me in like 5 in like,
so perspective comes into
perspective, I think definitely. And again, like, are you worth my energy? Like, are you worth like the energy that the good energy that I preserve? Like, are you even worth
That's
it?
true. Like, are you worthy of my likeness? Are you worthy of my
you know
peace?
what I
It's
mean?
like with so like with that statement, it was so funny. He was getting so many responses. It's
Yeah.
like some people like, yeah, no, Betty, bad vibes is petty. Some people were like, oh, you can always get peace after revenge. I was like, that's funny.
That is true.
And so, like,
that is true.
It was getting there was so many different responses, and like I was trying to find what my own is, because with me, revenge is time, and revenge means am I going to drain myself of my time to serve you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna kill myself that way. I'm not gonna come and die for you.
Yeah.
For what? However, like, it's weird because like I was really interrogating and challenging this responses, because nothing really settled with me. And like then someone replied to me that they were like, oh, they were talking about racism, right? And I was saying how, like, you know what, it's so interlinked, because it's got to the point where like I because I'm the only, because I, for so long, I've always been the only dark skinned person that I know. That and peace is very interlinked.
Yeah.
Because it's like I could tell you about something, right? And maybe I didn't go for revenge because that's not the way I'm inclined. Maybe I'm just like bitter. Maybe I'm just like annoyed about the experience that was been presented to me. But for someone to tell me to choose peace, especially if they're lighter than me, how are they going to know what peace looks like?
Yeah, I don't think anybody
How?
can dictate with that what you should choose.
Exactly.
So that's why
that's
why I'm all for. I mean, yeah, I think that person who says peace can be attained after revenge, absolutely. Absolutely, it can be. But
then also, I don't want to do that. That's long.
Nobody should be able to dictate. I think, like, if something had happened to you, and do you know what? I know that if I sort of get my comeuppance on them, I will feel good about it after. And if you're dead set on that, then who the fuck am I to say so? But then but at the same time, if something happened and you're happy to be like, do you know what? I think for myself, I'm gonna let that slide, and I'm at peace with that. Who am I to say? Nah, Sarah, you're fucking being a mug, or whatever. Well, there's some things I'll be like, you're a fucking mug for, like if whatever.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, if I'm like, if you genuinely think that will give you peace, who am I to say that you need to go and anger yourself and put yourself in a state of mind, in a state of frame that it's horrible. No one likes to be on crud. No one likes to be
Nobody likes to wake up angry.
One enjoys
Nobody likes to be on smoke all the fucking time.
No one fucking likes
Do you know what I mean?
it. We don't like it. So yeah.
And I think as well, like, that's really important what you said as well, because it's like, revenge means different things to different people. Like, when a lot of people think revenge of, oh yeah, when I see this person in public, I'm gonna destroy them, either behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. They're gonna get their comeuppance. They're gonna get their like vim. But with me, revenge for me is flourishing in front of my ops.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. Honestly, I love someone who's done me dirty walking past out of them and being like, not even like, I won't say it to their face because like that's petty. I mean, it literally depends on who I am that day. Like, I've walked past and I've been like, and then you've had to pull me to the side, be like, Sarah, fucking stop being so petty. Like, do you know what I mean? There's been days where I've literally been like, oh, I haven't even looked. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, that's changed as I've grown up. Like, I'm 23 now. Like, I'm still young, but I'm definitely moved different compared to how I did when I was 17.
Yeah.
So
revenge, I think, definitely has many different faces, and I think especially me and you get older, I think revenge isn't doing things personally to the person and getting a comeuppance if someone does us wrong. I think revenge is definitely just excelling in our own life and going, do you know what? Whatever, be it professionally or personally, if someone's done you a wrong in either one of those, I think professionally, I think like for me, it's like, you know what, then fuck you. I'm just going to do better than you. I'm just going to do better than you. I'm just going to excel, and I'm just going to live my life. I'm just going to crack on personally as well. You know, cool, you want to do me wrong like that? I'll sift out the shit and out you go, and I will flourish with the people that I will
sift out the shit. Where you go. I love that.
And, you know, embrace the people in my life that actually do care for me and don't want to go and do wrong things to me.
Amazing. Amber, that was brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on the DMC.
Thank you.
Like, I've basically wanted to end it with a little source message. So basically, you know, Kelechi Okafor, she's released these cards that are like oracle messages, and you just like pick a card a day. And I just gave the deck a little shuffle, and I got card number 23, and it says, it's just here, it's kind of cute. It says, when making a decision, consider which option makes your heart smile.
Very fitting.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
So it says, you convince yourself that you simply don't know which way to go when you do. You made a choice with your heart. It is time to honor it.
Ooh, I like that.
It's just crazy because like throughout this whole episode, I've had the two cards next to me. Well, I just chose this one out, but I've also had the strength card. And I think it's that sort of reminder that when battling our shadows, when navigating the parts we'd rather keep hidden, we need to have inner strength to accept ourselves for who we are, but also to resist urges, fight temptation, to smoke, do you know what I mean? Be on crud.
Yeah.
But also do the thing that makes us smile.
Definitely.
Oh, amazing. Love that. That was so cute. Oh, thanks, Amber.
Oh, thank you for having me again. Can I come back in like 3 months again?
Of course, you can come back anytime, you know, it's always fun. Can you leave the social media people, lol. Could you leave the listeners with where to find you?
Yes, absolutely. So you can find my Instagram page at The Grief Gang. I'm on Twitter and Facebook as well, and you can listen to The Grief Gang on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere where you get your podcast fix. And
Yay. Honestly, get to know on this podcast. It's so good. I love it so much. Thanks guys for listening. This has been another episode of the DMC, aka The Deep Meaningful Message. What am I saying? It's a deep, meaningful conversation. That was a lie.
Like the DMM, what?
The DMN. And I was like, can you spell? For fuck's sake, God, wrap it up. She's tired. She needs to go home.
She's done out. She's fucking done out.
She's done out. But no, thank you guys so much for listening. Please, can you show us some love on Apple Podcasts? Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell everybody to listen to this because we the best. We
the best music.
Yeah, produced by Good Media, and follow us at DM.Talks. But I shall see you guys next week. Bye. Bye. Bye.